All right, for the first fight on the main card, we got Anthony Lionheart Smith versus Jimmy the Brute Crute. Now, this one is going to be a great fight as well. Anthony Smith just trying not to become a stepping stone. He's at 34-16. Wily Strikeforce veteran. Jimmy Crute 12-1. With that only loss on his record coming to Misha Krukanov, who is a monster as well. Lost to that Peruvian necktie, which was
second one in the UFC, man. And I missed it. I was pissed, to say the least.
Great, it was awesome, man. And with Anthony, they have, as far as odd wise, before we get into the breakdown, they have Anthony as the underdog at plus 155, Jimmy Crute at minus 190. With the notable wins for Smith, I mean, where do I start? He did beat Alex Gustafsson with that rear naked choke back in 2019. We all know about the loss to John Jones when he just basically was satisfied with just getting outpointed there. Another one lost to ground and pound to Glover Teixeira, lost to Rakic. So Thiago Santos. So it's just a numerous. Like, even lost to Josh Neer.
Don't forget that David Mitchell grappling bout right before that Santos loss. So I mean, his grappling, bro. We say that's his strong suit.
It's supposed to be. He's a black belt. It's supposed to be his strong suit.
Shout out David Mitchell.
Yeah, Northern California. So and then with Crute. He's a big boy, man. I'm a big Crute fan. This is a big step up for Crute as well in competition. A win against Smith should push him up to the topper echelon of the division. Crute is a real, wrestle heavy guy. I believe that's kind of what he's going to take into this fight. Smith does tend to accept being on his back. He is a black belt, like we said, so he does have that confidence in him that he can get the finish anywhere when it's on the ground. But I do see Crute pushing this up against the cage, getting that single or that double, and getting this takedown, and either finishing the fight on top with the decision, or possibly a ground and pound. But I think it's just going to be a rinse and repeat with the takedowns all night.
Yeah, man, this one's gonna be interesting. So I see this fight playing out either two ways. I see Jimmy Crute pretty much putting a beating on Anthony Smith and not getting tired, or putting a beating on Anthony Smith and then getting tired, and Anthony Smith maybe capitalizing in the third round. We all know Anthony Smith, man. He can take a beating, man.
Tough as hell.
That Teixeira fight, that had to take some notches off of him, man. No doubt. So I don't know if that's going to be a good thing in here, or heading in here, or not. But I mean, the man hasn't looked the greatest at all. He went out there against Rakic, got his leg chewed up, and seemed to be content on the bottom. And like I said, the fight before that, Glover beat the living god out of him. His last loss before that, against John Jones, right? He stood on the floor, content, just getting beat on. He could have took the Aljamain way out and became champ, but he didn't, so we'll give him props for that. Yeah. Other than that, man, he's fighting Jimmy Crute coming in here as the slight. Is he the slight favorite?
Yeah, minus 190 for Crute, plus 155 for Smith.
So he's coming in as a moderate favorite. To be honest, his last two wins. Let's see, he's coming off of a knockout win over Modestas Bukauskas and a good submission over Alejandro, which is kind of aging pretty well, because Alejandro just did good a couple weeks ago in his fight. Other than that, the man got Sam Alvey on his record. He got Paul Craig on his record. Mm-hmm. Only one loss. Training with the legendary Sam Greco, K1 legend. Fighting out of Australia. The man's got good wrestling. The only thing that we can probably try to shit on a little bit is his gas tank. That's the only thing that's going to be a concern or issue here. Other than Anthony coming out here, elbowing him up in the clinch, landing something devastating that's going to, zap his gas tank. I see Jimmy Crute coming out here, pushing him up against the fence, doing whatever he wants to him. It's just going to be a matter of if he's going to be able to hold up all three rounds, because we know Anthony Smith is a comeback kid. He can take an ass whooping and come back. Yeah. So maybe a good shot for a third round prop, or maybe a over. I would probably be keen to lean on the over on this one. I'm not even sure what it's set at, but let's go ahead and
those definitely aren't bad choices as well. I'm gonna go Crute as well. I don't want to completely shit on Anthony Smith. I mean, the guy is a better striker on the feet. if this does stay there, which that's the part that I have a hard time thinking it will do. But I mean, he is a vet. He is dangerous. He is a tough guy. Don't want to be no stepping stone. But that's in the position he is right now. And so he outside of a big win, flash knockout, I don't see the victory.
So the over 1.5, or the over here is set at 1.5, and the bookmakers are thinking what I'm thinking. They got it juiced to -200 with the under 1.5 coming in at +160. So that's a juiced over, man. That's that's a juiced over. They think this is going the distance, or at least over 1.5. I think it's for sure going to go the distance. If not, Anthony Smith can possibly pull out a late round stoppage. Good. I don't see Jimmy Crute submitting Anthony Smith. I do think he has a little bit more chops to not get submitted. I will think he will be outpowered here, but other than that, I don't have I wouldn't feel comfortable laying money out with Jimmy Crute. I would feel more comfortable on that over 1.5 -200 than 200 with Jimmy Crute.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel comfortable on Crute, but one thing you are right about. I mean, look at the fights. I mean, Anthony Smith has 50 professional fights to Crute's 13. That guy knows how to conserve himself. He knows when to turn it on. He's a wily veteran. He has mean knees as well. If Crute's gonna get him up against the cage, going for these takedowns, he's good in the tie clinch. Anthony Smith is, and it definitely can be a knee come up the middle and land on Crute. There is a path to victory for Anthony Smith, definitely. But I'm definitely leaning heavily on Jimmy Crute in this one.
Yeah, he is coming off of his. We haven't really mentioned his last fight, but it was a win. It was a first round triangle against Devin Clark. Devin Clark, a heavy wrestler. He kind of just sat in there and went for it. So good on Anthony Smith. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, and take the over. I mean, if you feel like Anthony Smith has a shot here, I wouldn't be so hesitant to maybe throw a little sprinkle on a submission or a finish in the third round.
Going to be a great one to kick off the card with 4 more great fights coming up.